All right, welcome to class today. This is a special class that I'm filming just for all you runners out there. It's where I live, it's coming up on springtime and race season, and so there's a lot of running events going on, and I just thought, what better way to recover from running than yoga? So I've compiled all my favorite stretches that I do after a long run into one class, and that's what you'll want to do after your event or after a long training run. This stuff is going to feel yummy. So if you don't mind, comment, like, share this class so I can create more content. It is a great joy of mine right now. I'm really loving this. So let's begin though, starting out with what props you might need. I think we'll get to some strap stretches at the end. If you don't have a yoga strap, that's okay. Grab a sash off of a bathrobe, something like that, and one yoga block for a nice stretch at the very end as well. That, if you don't have a yoga block, again, not a big deal. A really thick book or a thick pillow will do the trick. All right, let's begin. We'll start in a child's pose. So just bringing your hips down to your heels, stretching those arms out in front of you. Relax down. If that head doesn't reach all the way to the mat, that's okay. You can also grab your block in and just rest your forehead on that, just relieving some tension in that forehead area. Take a couple breaths here. Keeping the breath really simple, just trying to relax a little bit on each exhale. Take one more breath here. And then we'll find our way to tabletop pose. Just coming forward, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Set that block to the side if you used that. I tighten up in long runs through my shoulders a lot, so I wanted to add in a couple of thoracic spine stretches here. So we'll just grab our right hand on our right ear and just lift that right elbow up. And then tap right elbow to the inside of our left elbow. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Take that one more time. Inhale. Lift. Open up. Exhale, tap down, and then release that right arm down. We'll take that on the left. Let's make sure our right shoulder is tracking over that right wrist. Grab your left hand around your left ear. Inhale, lift that left elbow up. Much tighter for me on this side. Exhale, tap together. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, tap. Inhale, elbow lifts. And exhale, slowly release that down. Coming in to stretch the back of our feet now. So tucking your toes, and we'll just walk back, bringing hips down toward heels. This one might not be for everybody, okay? So you know right away if it's not for you. We just come back into child's pose. Take a breath here. And we'll just take our right arm across our body to the outside of left thigh. Reach left arm up and over. And then take that on second side. Left arm crosses your body, right arm up and over. Lift that heart. Good, that's about it for my feet. We'll see how you did there. Okay, rolling into child's pose again now. So let's take it narrow knees, bringing your hips down to your heels, and then we'll just stretch out, bringing both hands over to the right side of your mat. Take another breath here. And then we'll come on in, just walking those hands over to the left side of the mat. You can even stack that right hand on top of left and vice versa on that other side if you'd like. A little more sensation building through that side body. Just another area that really tightens up. And then back up out of this, coming again to your knees. Last one on our knees for a little bit. Just hips down to heels. You might stay here, or maybe stretch the tops of the feet by just slightly lifting knees. And again, you know right away if this is for you or not. So come out if it's causing you any pain. We don't work through any pain in yoga. Mild discomfort. maybe this feels really good, stretching the top of my feet out. So hopefully you're feeling the same. All right, let's slowly lower that out and then come back into hands and knees. We're taking our right leg off. All right, right leg lifts, and then just kind of swing it back behind you to the left side. Now from here, you just do a little press back and then look up over that left shoulder. All right, that again, this stretch has made a lot of difference for me in my running recovery. That is getting into my psoas, hopefully, and relaxing out of that. Take a couple cat-cows here before we go into second side. Tailbone lifts, gaze right in front, and exhale, spine rounds, tuck your chin. Tailbone lifts. Kind of pull your heart through your arms to open up just a little bit more there. And then exhale, round. Really tuck that tailbone, get into that lower back. And let's come into that, what I call yummy stretch on the second side. So just lifting your left leg up, lift it up, and then cross the body to the off side of your mat, back behind you. And then we'll look back over the right. And just kind of press back, look back. See what you feel here. If you're not feeling as much, I'm not feeling as much sensation on this side, you can always walk hands out in front of you just a little bit to feel more. And then let's make our way into downward facing dog from here. So plant your hands at the top of your mat about shoulder distance apart. Step back, find plank, and then lift your hips up into a down dog. Let's pedal it out here. Bending one knee, straightening the other. Now, it's totally okay if your heel doesn't touch all the way down to the mat. That's the direction we're going, but it doesn't have to make contact. You're just pedaling out, feeling through your calves. One more breath here in our down dog. And lift those hips a little bit higher. And we'll come to our knees, taking a puppy pose. So this is always an option if you don't want to hold your down dogs. We just bring our knees down, hips are tracking over knees here. Walk the hands out. So hips stay lifted here. It's different from child's pose, and you'll feel the difference right away if you're in it correctly. So most of the time forehead comes down. Sometimes forehead doesn't reach to the mat. And again, I recommend bringing your block in just so that your head can make contact there. If forehead is reaching rather easily and you want a deeper stretch through your arms and shoulders, bring your chin down. A bit much for me, so anyway, you just always want to be monitoring. Be the very best observer of your body, what feels right for it today. Awesome, let's relax out of this. And we'll be making our way back to downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, pedal it out. We've got 2 more breaths here. One more thing in down dog before we exit this pose. Have a look back at your feet. Hopefully you are already. You always want to be looking back through your knees or your feet. And bring your feet hip distance apart. Now think like hip bone distance. And then rise to your tiptoes. We'll drop both heels down to the right. Look under the left arm. And back to high tiptoes. Exhale your heels down to the left. And look under the right arm. And we're back to high tiptoes. Drop those heels down to the mat. Take a generous bend in your knees. As you connect your ribs to your thighs, just open up through those shoulders a little bit more. Awesome. Okay, from here, we'll look forward to our hands. Bring your left foot up between your hands. So left foot up between hands. If that move is a big one for you, you can always come to your knees as well. And just bring that left foot up between your hands here to start with. So we all get here. Let's drop to that right knee, everybody. And then make your way up to that left thigh. From here, I want you to really lean into it. It's okay if your knee goes a little over your ankle. Just lean in. Good. Keeping spine lifted. Nice. Take a few breaths here. These are the hip flexors, okay? Another area, again, I chose all the areas that really tighten up on me, so hopefully you're feeling great here too. Lean in just a little bit more here, and then we'll come into a little lizard lunge, so bringing both hands down to the inside of the foot. Now, for some people, you might not be able to reach the floor, not a big deal, just grab that block in. Both hands to the inside of left foot, and then we're just lowering down. We'd love to get to elbows, if you can even get to one elbow, just to get off your wrists for a little bit. So even if you need to be on high level of block on one elbow or both, see if we can come down. And here's where we're just gonna relax and rest our upper body like it's a wet noodle. So just kind of tucking that chin. See if you can foster a real sense of relaxation through that upper body. Maybe open and close your jaw a few times. I'm going to model a deeper version, but don't feel, again, like you have to take it. So this is what this pose would look like if you came all the way to the floor. Take another breath here. Some of us will stay right here. Others might want to try reaching around, grabbing foot. So I'm just reaching around. My left arm is reaching back. Right knee bends, and we just see if that floats in. If you're back here and you're like, it's not making it, don't worry about it. Just give it a pump or two, relax out of it. If you've got it, really grab it in, hug it in, get a little quad stretch. Look up over that left shoulder. Nice. Okay, let's relax, release out of that. Now from here, plant your hands at the top of your mat, and we'll just heel toe this left foot across the top of the mat, finding our way to pigeon. It might take you a few moments to settle into this pigeon. So after a run, I'm really lifted in my pigeon. Things have really tightened up. So I would recommend grabbing a block in and just placing it under that bent knee hip area. So not on the knee area, but the knee that is bent, that hip area is where a block might be nice for support. Find your pigeon. If it's this back knee that's bothering you, another option here is to come into 90-90 with both knees bent, and that just takes the pressure off that back knee. Now wherever you're at, let's lift and activate. So even if you're on a block here, even if you're with bent knee, we're just lifting up, activating. Arms might come behind you, or you might want them down for support. Lift your chest, lift your spine. And then exhale into the extended pigeon. Just bringing elbows down, and again, I'm showing how to do that on a block if your forehead and elbows don't want to come down to the mat easily. Just always consider using that block for support, just having compassion for your body. I like to take shoulders away from ears just a little bit here, open and close jaw, and then with each exhale, I try to find peace in the pose, but also maybe a very slightly deeper version. One thing to also be noticing here is this right hip. Sometimes it's really lifted. See if we can just bring that right hip down, both hips kind of squared up. You'll just feel the benefits of the pose much more with those hips squared. Also left foot flexed. Lots to think about in this pose. I'll be quiet. One more breath. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. All right, let's press those hands into the top of the mat. Tuck your right toe, and we'll lift back into this low lunge. So this left foot is planted. Then we're just walking to the long end of our mat. Both feet angle in, so they're parallel against the mat edge. And we'll just give a little half lift here, and an exhale, fold. Show you that again, utilizing a block. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Look back through your knees, let that head and neck rest again. Nice job. Fold, one more breath. If you know you like to use a block, then just bring it around to this back end of your mat. We're going to take that second side on the back. One pose first here though. Just bring your heels angling in, toes angling out. Left hand up to left thigh, right arm up to right thigh. Lift your chest here, drop your hips down, and we'll dip that left shoulder down, look up over the right. And Dip your right shoulder down, look up over the left. Awesome. Okay, let's find that low lunge at the back of our mat now. So we'll just place our hands at the back of the mat, right foot is down, and we'll slowly lower our hips down until that left knee is down. Let's walk our hands up to our thigh, and from here, it's that long spine and then leaning in. Slight tuck to the tailbone. Oof. All right, taking a couple breaths here. Awesome. Let's take one more. Let's go into that lower lizard pose now. Hands to the inside of right foot. We'll heel toe that back foot out to the outer edge of the mat. And then just lowering down, trying to get off of our wrists, okay? So just lowering down one elbow at a time. Monitor your body, definitely in the block category on this side. Each side's different, so you just wanna take those first few breaths of the pose, just kind of for sure notice what's going on. Tuck your chin now, upper body just like a wet noodle, totally relaxing. All of the focus on that lower body. Take a couple more breaths here, big long inhale. As you exhale, maybe find a little bit more movement. Inhale, exhale. Some of us will hold right here, others might want to try for that grab. So I'm just keeping my left forearm down, reaching right arm back behind, and then bending left knee. And you can see it's a bit of a struggle on that side. So I might just give it a couple pumps and then release. Or if you've got the bind, hug it in, look up over that right shoulder. Awesome. One more breath here. Okay, here's where we'll come into our pigeon. So we're just bringing both hands down, heel-toeing that right foot across the mat, and then lowering down into our pigeon pose. So lowering down, you might grab your block in for support. Let's lift and extend. Lengthen your spine out. Again, option to bring arms back behind you. Lift. And then fold into your pigeon pose. Again, for some people, resting head, really important. I'm one of those. If I'm able to rest my head, I can feel the rest of my body relaxing. So just kind of notice if that's you. Still be here for a few breaths. Just remember the finer points of pigeon, just bringing that left hip down. That right shin is out. Relax head, neck, shoulders, jaw. Nice. One more breath here. Deepest point of the pose. Walk those hands back in for support as we lift back up into our low lunge. So we'll go ahead first and plant that right foot at the back of your mat. And then walk into your wide angle forward fold. We're just walking to that long end of our mat. Give a little inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Take another breath here. Hands right under your shoulders, fingertips in line with big toes is the most traditional way to spend your time here. One more breath. And then we'll begin heel-toeing our feet in for a Malasana Squat. So we'll heel-toe feet in until they're about a yard apart. Toes angling out, heels angling in. And then just go ahead and drop your hips down and up. And again, this is another pose, you know, right off the bat, if this is an area for you that is tricky or super tight, those heels will want to lift off. Not a big deal. Just lower one down at a time. Take it easy on your body. We ask a lot of it, right? Then you'll find your way to your version of Malasana Squat. And again, it might look like this. It might be a little more lifted. We're just spending another breath here. And then we'll lower all the way down to a seated position for a nice twist. Let's face the short end of our mat now, legs lengthening out. From here, let's take our right leg, plant that right foot across to the outside of our left knee. Gentle twist, lengthen your spine up. Let's grab left elbow around right knee, right arm back behind you. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. One more breath here. And we'll go ahead and release that. Bring your gaze forward and wiggle and shake it out. Let's take a seated forward fold here. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, forward fold. This might be a spot where you would want to grab your strap in around the ball or arch area of your feet. Give yourself plenty of strap to have long arms and long legs. And then just hinge from your hips and fold forward. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, exhale, fold. One more breath here. And we'll take our twist on the second side. So keep that strap handy. We're going to be using it in just a minute. We'll take right foot to the outside of left knee. Lengthen that spine back up. Both sit bones are on the floor. Okay. And this is the same side that we just did. So we're going to take the other side. Okay, left foot to the outside of right knee. Lengthen it up. Grab your right elbow around the left knee. Left arm back behind you. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, sit up just a millimeter taller. Exhale, twist around just a little bit more, and we'll slowly release. Okay, here's the part of class where we'll recline down onto our back. So just slowly lower down. We'll grab that strap in for some really nice stretches. So I like to start with a bent knee here, feet planted about hip distance apart. Just let that lower back kind of settle in here for a couple breaths. Now we'll just lift and extend right leg up and place that strap around the ball or arch area of our right foot. From here, we're just giving yourself plenty of strap so that those shoulder blades can relax down, okay? So that the leg can be straight. So sometimes that people are a little bit more out here, and that's totally fine, not a big deal. Okay, find that stretch in your hamstring. If your foot is kind of sickling in, really press under the big toe area of your foot, and we'll just begin breathing. Inhale, exhale, bring that leg a little closer. Inhale, exhale, bring that leg a little closer over towards your head. At any point of this, you're welcome to lengthen that left leg out. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Let's take both straps in your right hand now. Rest your left hand on your left thigh as you just begin to roll that leg open to the right. Take a couple breaths. Bring it up, switch both straps to the left hand. Right arm comes out to a T. Now keep your hips nice and square here as you take leg only over to the left. Now it won't go very far, and that's okay. Looking for that IT band, okay? Just leg only. Take another breath. Now if you want to kind of roll more toward that left hip, let that right hip lift up. That right leg will lower down more to the ground, and you'll find yourself in a twist. Take another breath. And let's roll onto our back. Take the strap off of that right leg. Plant your right foot. Bend both knees, feet planted. Lift your hips up, place them down again, and we'll take that on second side. So your left foot just lifts up, strap goes around the ball or arch area. Extend until you have a straight leg. Give yourself plenty of strap, shoulder blades down. And then on each exhale, you're just bringing that leg a little bit closer to you. Right leg can stay bent or extend that out, and we're here for a couple more breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Awesome, both straps in the left hand now. Right arm will rest on your right thigh as you just open up to the left. Foot going down toward the floor, and also keeping just a little tension on it to come up toward your head. Getting that inner thigh area growing. One more breath. And back up. We'll switch the straps to the right hand. Left arm comes out to a T. Keep your hips nice and square, so hip bones are pointing up to the ceiling. Take left leg only over to the right until you feel that nice stretch down the outside area of your left leg. Another breath. One more. And then if you'd like, kind of begin rolling to that right hip. Let that left leg drop down. Find yourself in the twist, gazing over the left fingertips. One more breath here. And we'll slowly begin backing out of this. Set your strap to the side, feet are planted, knees are bent. And just lift that lower back up off the mat. Now grab your block in. We'll place it underneath your sacrum. And I like to go on medium level. You can go on low. High is pretty intense, so I like this medium level. Your spine is on this flat part of the block, your pelvis area. And then just let that relax in. Takes a moment to get it all centered. Now from here, we'll just kind of hug that right knee in and straighten the left leg out. Now that might be a really big move for you if that knee doesn't want to hug all the way in. You can also grab behind thigh. Okay, just hug it in. Couple breaths here. Let's release and come on into second side. First, bend your left knee, plant that left foot. Release your right knee down, right foot planted, and then just switch sides. Hug that left knee in, give it a gentle squeeze. Find the good spot for you to be in here for this stretch, and whenever you're ready, right leg lengthens out. A couple ankle rolls. Awesome. Okay, right foot plants, so your right knee bends, and then release that left knee down, left foot down. Coming into the full pose if you'd like. Arms down by your sides, and we're just extending left and then right. See how that feels for your body. If you need to stay with a bend, come back out of that a little bit. Then maybe arms up above your head, interlacing your thumbs, point your toes, and just take a few breaths right here. Awesome. Take one more breath. And release your arms down by your sides. Bend your knees, plant your feet. Lift those hips up, set your block to the side. Slowly lower down. We'll just take 5 or 10 breaths here, letting this pelvis settle down. You can straighten your legs out at any time. Coming into a brief Savasana pose. You're the boss of your class. If you have longer to stay here, I recommend. We'll just be here a few more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Gratitude for your body. Giving it all the love you can. And as you exhale, just gently roll to your side in the fetal position for a breath or two. And begin making your way to a seated position. We'll just bring hands to heart center. And take a nice long breath. Inhale. Exhale those shoulders away from the ears. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, share this with a friend that just completed a running event or a long training run. Enjoy it yourself over and over again as my gift to you. Thanks again. Namaste.